recently, and I showed it at the Maker Faire. It's called Joy Slippers, and it's using the same sensors as in the suit. Just making 2 pairs of slippers with a pressure sensor in the heel, one on the under the toes, like under the bottom of the feet, and then you have 2 slippers. So I used it. Just the first thing that I thought would be cool to do would be to do a drawing application where I could use the shifting of my weight to like draw with my feet. So I'm just gonna make this down. So I made 2 slippers, and I connected the sensors that are in here are the same pressure sensors. So it's also with neoprene in the sole, 2 layers of neoprene. And actually, instead of using conductive fabric, because it's just so conductive, the sensors are very sensitive. But if you're standing on your feet, you have a lot of weight, and the slippers fit well, so there's a bit of pressure already on them, even if you lift your foot off the ground. I used conductive thread. I just sewed zigzag back and forth a few times to create like a kind of a surface that you can see in this picture here. And I did that on both sides, and so instead of having a whole surface of conductive fabric, I just had a few stitches of conductive thread on either side, and then this Velostat plastic in between to create the pressure sensor. Yeah, I actually even have there's a making of instructions here too. And here, maybe you can see in these pictures. So that's what's inside here, and all the connections. So then the conductive thread I could sew directly back here to the heel, and I decided instead of having to make because I made several pairs of slippers because people have different feet sizes, I thought instead of having to make wires for each slipper, I would make a connection to them. And the easiest connection I could think of was to use a telephone cord because it's stretchy. People will be moving their feet, they have some more freedom. And have a little sample of here of how I connected the telephone jack to the conductive thread. It's a bit messy, but... Okay, so that's basically how they're made. And then I use an Arduino, which is inside this box. It's a physical computing platform. It's pretty cheap. It's $25, and you also have 5 analog inputs, and I use 4 of them, so 2 for each slipper. And I made little telephone jacks on here too. And then inside is just a bit of circuitry connecting to the Arduino.